everyone, welcome to prep day. Okay, so some people get really intimidated by the idea of meal prep, but it's really not that bad. Now, it may take you some time in the beginning to kind of get used to it. I know that when I first started meal prepping, it took me like hours. It doesn't have to take you a long time, and I've gotten much faster. It probably only takes me like a half an hour to an hour now max. And it will save you so much time during the week. So even though it's kind of a pain and you might not want to do it and you might want to put it off, I encourage you to do it because you will be so thankful later in the week. It also, it saves time, but it also keeps you from having to, like, when you're in a rush, to being like, oh, I don't have time to make my lunch, so I'm gonna stop by McDonald's. You don't want to end up in that situation. That's gonna mess up all your progress and all your goals. So, meal prep. So first of all, by this time, you should have, before you're starting meal prep, you might not be meal prepping today. Maybe you're gonna meal prep tomorrow. But before you meal prep, you should have your meal plan ready so you know what you're going to eat for the week. And you should have also already gone grocery shopping. So you should already have your food, right? Because you can't prep if you don't have the food. Okay, so now there are different styles of meal prep. I'm kind of going to go over how I personally do it. There's not a right or wrong way. And you might find things that work better for you, and that's totally cool. I know some people do what's called a buffet style, where they make like a bunch of certain kinds of ingredients and then they make different meals out of that during the week. That's fine too. It's not how I personally do it. So I'm just gonna, all I can do is tell you how I do it and give you some of my favorite tips. So as I said, I make my meal plan so I know exactly what I'm gonna eat for every single meal. That works best for me. It's easiest for me to stay on track that way. So when I'm meal prepping, I prep exactly to my menu. I have my menu, I print it out. I'm not actively going to meal prep right now in this video. I'm just going to tell you how I do it and show you. But when I am doing it, I print out my menu and I'll just hang it. Sometimes I just tape it straight onto my cabinet so that I can see it every day, but I can also see it when I'm meal prepping. It's really helpful. Or you can just kind of have it on your computer or however you do it. So first, you're going to need your containers. If you're using the container system, which I'm assuming most of us are, you want to have those handy so you can use them for measuring. Some people actually use them as Tupperware, but for me, I meal prep 3 to 5 days worth of food, so I don't have enough of these to handle that. So I also have on hand all my Tupperware. I have a lot of different kinds of Tupperware. They don't match. They're all different things. It's okay. It doesn't have to be some beautiful picture-worthy thing. You just need to have something to put your food in when you prep it. These are cool little things I got on Amazon, so you can put different servings, 3 different servings in there. They actually match the serving sizes, so it's pretty cool. So you want to just make sure you have enough Tupperware. Okay, so once you've got that set and you know you're good there, you're going to want to make sure that you have all your food. My biggest things are really easy prep items, so that's kind of what I'm thinking when I'm making my plan, is like what's going to be really easy for me to prep and doesn't take a lot of cooking. Sometimes what we'll do is we'll cook like casseroles. We'll find a healthy recipe for a casserole, and we'll cook that whole thing, and then we'll have that and we can eat that every day, and that's really easy. That's one option. There are recipes for egg cups, which you mix it all up, you make it all and you put it into little like muffin tins, and then you have those every day, and those are really easy. That's a really good one. But some things that I really like, I like steaming the bag veggies, because then I can just throw them in the microwave when I'm prepping. It's really easy. I always start out though by, you want to start out to kind of save yourself some time, start out with the things that take the longest. So you have something, if you're going to be cooking something in your oven, make sure your very first step is going to be turning on your oven and preheating it while you're waiting for it to preheat. Do some of the other things that don't require it. Maybe you're going to lay out, I like these little frozen tilapia fillets, which I know it's not really the best because it's not the freshest, but it's easiest for me, and I'm not a big cooker, so I'll lay these suckers out on a pan while I'm waiting for it to preheat, season them, that normal cooking common sense kind of things, and other things that are really fast for me while I'm waiting for that to cook. I'm going to make my Greek yogurt and fruit. I like to, of course, use my little cups, measure it out, put it into some containers. Usually what I'll do is I'll take 5 different containers and I'll set them next to each other. Then I just measure 5 and dump it in, like that. And then I measure out 5 days worth of grapes, each one. Measure out 1, dump it in. Measure out 1, dump it in. So I've got my fruit and yogurt already done. That's my snack for every single day. Yes, I do a lot of repetition. I have the same snack every single day because it's faster for prepping. It saves me money in the grocery store, so I'm not buying a bunch of ingredients I'm not going to use and finish off for the week and then end up throwing away. So for me, that's how I do it. It makes it easiest. The other thing that I would recommend are if you are, you don't have a lot of time, if time is an issue for you, snacks that don't require cooking, like, so you don't even have to prep them. They're really easy to grab and go anyway. Low-fat cheese sticks, crackers like whole wheat, like Triscuits, you can get them in low sodium, or even the regular ones really aren't that high in sodium, so it's not a big of a deal. Those where you can just grab them. You can even grab the box and run with if you're in a really big rush. Or you could go ahead on prep day and put like 7 in the baggie, and do it that way so that your baggies are just grab and go. I try to save on my baggies because like we always end up running out of baggies, so I'll just do like 1, and then the next day I just use that same baggie and I put 7 more. But you can do it different ways like that. So that's those are my biggest meal prep tips for efficiency. So, I try to come up with things that don't require a lot of cooking, and then that's like my biggest thing. So if you are going to do things that require a lot of cooking, that's cool too. But make sure that you are doing those, you start out with the things that take the longest, and then so things can be baking while you're doing the other little short things. Some other fun things to make it more fun, I often will play music on my phone, so I'm like jamming out while I'm doing it, makes it more fun. And sometimes I might even have a small glass of wine. It's allowed in the 21 Day Fix, okay? But if you guys have any questions about meal prep, or you feel intimidated, you don't know where to start, comment below, because that's the only way that we'll know how to help you. So let us know what your questions are. Also, for your action item today, I want you to let us know when you're planning to prep, and if you already have prepped or you're starting to prep, share a picture. And if it's not today, then share a picture tomorrow of some of the stuff you're meal prepping so everyone can see what's going on. All right, I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I hope this was helpful. Bye!